Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to FortressCraft Evolved. I'm Max and Evolved, and today, before we get started on this monumental journey that you see in front of you, do me a favor real quick. Scroll down, see if you're subscribed to the channel. If you're not, just click the button. It's completely free, helps me out a lot, and lets me know that I'm doing like a decent job. If you like the video also, you can thumbs up, whatever you want. So anyway, let's hop right into this. So last episode, we got this thing all set up, right? The Magma Bore. And holy crap, did that take quite a bit of stuff to go. But we are actually using all of our geothermals here to their max capacity with the exception of that one. Don't worry about that one. But if you look at the top left, you see it says Digistructing Drill. It's almost 2 hours that we need to wait for this to finish. So obviously, I'm not just going to have a 2-hour video while we wait for this thing to go. So there will be like a bit of editing and doing all that so we can kind of speed this process up, right? But one thing I want to do kind of while we're waiting, right, is I want to, so this is going to take a while, I want to get the end game, so to speak, kind of base setup over there working. And how are these doing? All right, everything seems to be going okay. If you guys remember in the last episode, we had a humongous incursion of cryoplasm into our our inner perimeter, and it looks like our Falcon bombers, cryo bombers, have been doing a pretty good job of clearing this stuff all out. So I'm not too concerned with it. It's just kind of a matter of time. It's just gonna take time for everything to kind of clear out. So that's doing its thing. Everything else seems to be okay, and I foresee a long cleanup road ahead of us. And I'm also starting to notice that the game is getting a little choppy because of how many things are going all at once. So what will help us with that is kind of running out this cryoplasm down here, right? So as our dazzlers are going right now, let's kind of take a look here. And you can see it looks like we just kind of been melting some stuff around it. There is a little bit of cryoplasm that's formed again up here. The dazzlers must be attacking this stuff right here. What I want to do, like I kind of mentioned before, I want to clear out this area and put a couple batteries down. A couple Mark IV batteries, like right in the middle here, maybe? Or maybe, yeah, maybe like somewhere in this general area. 2 Mark IV batteries connect with conduits. And then what's going to happen from there is that I'm going to put a bunch of melters on the top and some dazzlers, right? I'm going to bring those dazzlers from there and kind of put them over here. Actually, I should probably do that ahead of time, huh? How about this? I'm going to put some lancers down because we need to kind of clear out all this cryoplasm down here. I'm going to make sure I feed this bomber. I have like very limited bombs left on me, but we need to clear out this area on the ground. We need to kind of clear all this cryo down here so that I have a spot that I can put the melters and stuff in the batteries without it being just hugging the cryoplasm, because we want to kind of get as close to that as possible. And you can see kind of some of the cryoplasm that's falling. If I turn the light on, doesn't really help, but you kind of see that there's blocks that spawn regularly right now. Once we get close enough to attack it, it will start spawning those much faster. So we want a lot of melters and a lot of lancers. Ooh, in fact, maybe I will supercharge the lancers to get a little bit more range out of it. But we want to melt and we want to blast away with those things. What are these? Dazzlers. There you go. So that's kind of the plan. I'm going to, wait for the drill to go up. I'm going to start kind of building this area out, and then I will bring you guys back when I have a little bit of progress done on that front. Alright, so we've done a little bit of work here. Obviously, the Magma Bore is still building, but what I have done is you'll see these conduit lines running all the way down here, because I have a few batteries I set down right about here-ish, right? So right here. And those just have a bunch of melters and some lancers on it because, like I said, I want to try to keep this cryoplasm spawner clear, right? And this is nowhere near the amount of stuff it's going to be able to output. So what else I want to do, I want to set up some freeze-on injectors. And, I was going to put dazzlers down here and have these a little bit farther back. But I want to see kind of how this works with just some freeze-on injected lancers and melters, just to kind of, I might put the melters up top and a couple freeze-on injected lancers up top, and then regular lancers down on the front face here, so you can kind of see, I've got this front face just kind of open. Let me close some of this stuff off, though, just to kind of make it look a little decent, huh? Whoops. So yeah, have it look kind of nice, and then the Cryo Inferno is going to go, I guess, here-ish, maybe a little. I don't know how close it needs to be to there. If it needs to go higher, we can make it higher. That's not really a big deal, right? So that's kind of the interim plan. In fact, can I make a Cryoplasm Inferno? I wonder if it it's going to have like an issue. Well, what I don't want is for it to go kind of crazy, So this is 3x3x3, so I need 27, right? That's something I think I can afford that. Okay. 3x3x3, that is 27. All right, so that's done, and then I need a magma storage. Magma storage, okay. Okay, so this is the one that needed Heimel blocks. Okay, and that's 63 total. All right, so we're still kind of building up the Heimel blocks to do this. And then I don't know the actual range, and I don't know if it'll tell me what the range is for my pipes, right? Because remember, you can go 256 blocks from your Magma Bore to some kind of structure, right? So like magma storage, for example. And then you have to go the rest of the way with fluid pipes, right? So fluid pipes to magma storage, fluid pipes from magma storage to Cryo Inferno. So I think I'm actually going to get rid of this just because I want to have access to the land here, so to speak. So I'm going to do something like that, and then I'll kind of drop those. We'll just kind of hold off on the power. But the Cryo Inferno, I'm going to put right here-ish. And in fact, I'm going to replace the Magma Bore components, right? So Cryo Inferno. And I don't know if this is going to like completely blow up these cryoplasm spawners. Because there's like certain trigger points that cause tons of magma or tons of cryo to spawn. Where is this? Am I blind? Here we go. Cryo Inferno. Okay. So if I go like here, is this strange? I guess we'll find out. Please attach magma storage via fluid pipes. Got it. Does it see regrowth? Need compressed magma. Okay. So yeah. All right. So now you can kind of see what I meant. Look at how much faster the cryo started spawning as soon as I placed that thing down. So we need, although I seem to be holding it off. I'm going to go farm some more lancers from this route because we're not really using them as much anymore, and bring them over here, and hopefully this doesn't get completely overwhelmed in that time. Alright, so that was a little crazy. I ended up taking the Magma Bore or the Cryo Inferno out because it was making way too much stuff and we were not prepared for it. So what I ended up doing is making this kind of contraption here that feeds into 6 supercharged or cryo freeze-on injected lancers. So I got kind of like a little distribution hub right here. Put it in the compressed freeze-on, it splits and goes into kind of wherever it's needed. So that did a decent job clearing some things out, but I'm going to need to kind of get rid of some of this stuff. The thing that kind of sucks about using this is that it's taking up the entire top face because you need to kind of have them in a line like that, I assume. So, I mean, I guess another option is I could put some Mark V batteries on this level. Ooh, actually, that's kind of a good idea. I'm going to put some Mark V batteries here to raise it up, and then I can have other stuff on these front faces. You know what? I just talked myself into that. I'm going to do that right now real quick. All right, so there's the new and improved setup. All I did was just kind of move it back, elevated these a little bit so you can see. So these top layer ones are being fed by the freeze-on injectors. I have a couple normal ones and then some melters. So I'm gonna end up putting a lot more lancers on here. You know, maybe another top row of melters, because the melters will shoot everything down here. You know, and then from there, I can actually even access this face of the batteries too, and put just, you know, regular lancers. So I can get what, 6, so 9 more lancers and 3 melters on each one. You know, I think that'll be kind of plenty. In fact, if I'm getting real crazy, I can even access this stuff too. Let me kind of block that off, access this face, because this platform is going to be for the... Oh, you know what? I wonder if I should kind of raise this up a little bit, you know? Kind of give myself like a little platform here. And then we'll block that off. So yeah, so I can have the magma come in, I don't know, even in the bottom here, right? In this bottom kind of channel. And then have it come up into the Cryo Inferno up here, with all this stuff around to take care of all the spawning magma. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wait for the Magma Bore to finish, and then we'll get this hooked up, and hopefully we got, you know, magma firing on a cryoplasm spawner by the end of the episode. So I'll kind of wait the next, you know, 67 minutes until that's ready, and then I'll meet you guys back here. All right, and it looks like our Magma Bore is about to start drilling. A couple seconds to go. I think this is going to be okay, since we have well over 100,000 power per second, and there it goes. Dang, look at it doing its thing. Was any... No, looks like it's got the power per second it needs. No. Oh, okay. What is it? I wonder why it keeps going up and down. Is it... I wonder if that's just part of the... Out of power. Is it not getting all the power it needs? Power per second, 16. It's got over 100 power per second. So this may take some time, I guess. I wonder why it's got such low... Is it not getting everything, I wonder? 16, 14, 2,000. But I know we're making over 140,000 power per second. Oh. You know what? This thing ran out of freeze-on. Well, let me top that off. Did these all run out of freeze-on? They did. Looks like our Falcors aren't keeping up with the demand, so we'll just manually top that off. And then now it should just go, right? Oh yeah, there it goes. Let me get back onto my little pillar here. 136. Okay, so now it's just doing its thing. And it backs off slightly once it kind of runs through the internal power buffer. But dang, look at that. We got a Magma Bore going, and it's going pretty good. I mean, it looks like it's going to back out a little bit. Right? But then it'll start going back down. And I think it's got to go all the way, you know, what is this? Oh my gosh, this run out of... Make sure all of these are filled up. I wonder why it's, why my Falcors are lagging. Interesting. I know I had some cryoplasm issues over there, so that might be the case. It might be that the all the stuff, all the particulate filtration got clogged up, but yeah, this thing looks like it's going almost 148,000 power per second. Okay, officially 148,000 power per second. Okay, so that's doing its thing. Super happy about that. I've been doing a little bit while that has been waiting to power up and all that. Ran these fluid pipes here, so I'm assuming, I'm hoping that this is where the magma is going to come out right here. And it's going to travel through these fluid pipes, and we're going to take it to the first kind of target right over here. And you can see I'm running the fluid pipes down here, and right about here is my rough calculation for a little less than 256 range. So that presents me with a little bit of a problem, because I guess I kind of have to build a magma storage like right here, right? It's 3 by 3 by 3. So something like in this area. Let me throw on a light real quick. So something like this, right? But you guys can kind of see what that's going to be an issue for me, or how that's going to be an issue. because I have this power that I'm transmitting. So what I'm actually going to do is I think I'm just going to cut this off. Right? We'll just kind of hold on to it for now. I'll have the power get up to there. In fact, I'll still kind of block this off. Ooh, don't want to die. Don't go in the conduits. And then for over here, I'll just have the power come the opposite direction, right? So I'll kind of get into here, I guess. And I just need to make sure that these are powered from somewhere over here. Do I have a... I do have a battery face. Okay. Let's do... I'm just going to do this. It's kind of gross, but it'll work for my purposes, right? And then I'll do something like that. And then I will just put you up there and run them that way. Now, these are important because this is kind of where we are getting our close range defense from. So it's not something that we want to just kind of ignore, you know? And at least these two are important because once we get about here, we don't really have too much defense. So it's not as big of a deal. But back here, definitely a bigger deal. So... now that we got that taken care of, you can see the Magma Bore still drilling down. So we're going to... it looks like it's actually pretty close. So we're going to have to wait a little bit while it, you know, gets down to depth. So I'll kind of just cut forward to the point where we have the magma flowing. Ideally flowing. This is out of power. So I'll go check on it, keep an eye on it. And once it does something exciting, I'll bring you guys back. Yeah, so I just double checked. It looks like everything is fine, as in like the system is full. It's just, I guess the Falcors are just too slow. So if I have to, I can throw on a third Falcor, but I think it's going to be okay for right now. And we are still getting hammered by cryoplasm. It's gone down this shaft, the Molly shaft, or this chrome shaft, the Molly shaft. I've had to clear those both out. It's just rough, you guys. This and I kind of underestimated how I'd get attacked, or I guess I miscalculated, because I kind of assumed I'd get attacked towards the Magma Bore, but then I realized like the cryoplasm just goes towards the center. So what I really should have done is, instead of making this giant defensive perimeter here, I kind of should have done it towards the center, or at least beef the center up a little bit more, but not that big of a deal. Oh my gosh, hold on. As I'm talking about this, it looks like it's all the way down. Did you go all the way down? Retrieving drill head. I wonder if it just needs to come all the way back up to start pumping the magma. Oh my gosh. I hope I did this right. If you guys see any kind of issues with my setup, which I guess I may end up figuring out this episode, but if you guys see anything I can do better, let me know, because I definitely need to kind of redo how all this is going to happen when I start going to the other spawners, because like I think you can get it. Or maybe the magma only comes off the one face. I'm not 100% sure. It seems like that's where the magma goes, just because there's like an obvious port looking thing on the front. You know, kind of like right where I put the pipe. So I'm assuming it's going to work right. That's just kind of the assumption. And then I have a couple things I'm going to need to make, right? I need to make the Cryo Inferno and the Magma Storage and get it all piped together. So hopefully I have enough for all of that. I don't think it'll be an issue. And while that's kind of doing its thing, let me go show you kind of how I know I was just over there, but I'll show you how I beefed up the attacking setup. All right, so as I stated before, I have these... what is it? Freeze-on injected Lancers. So I have 6 of those on top with this kind of complicated distribution thing right here. If I go towards the front, I have another row of Lancers right behind it. These are all normal. Some Lancers on the side. These are also just regular. 9 Melters on the kind of the front-ish faces. And then 6 Lancers on each side to kind of get all the stuff that melts. Because what we don't want is this thing is going to start cranking out cryo, right? Like this is kind of nothing, and we want to be able to fight all of it. So that's kind of what we're going to end up doing. I wonder if I should build Well, the Magma Bore's still retrieving the drill head. I had to throw a bunch of lights in here, too. Another thing I'm working on since I'm over here. I'm working on clearing out a path. It looks like it might be done, actually. To the next spawner. And all this stuff in the way isn't a huge deal because we just kind of need to be able to see. You know, we'll be able to move all of our stuff as necessary. So it looks like we still have more distance to go. It looks like it's way over here. So I'll get that drill or the excavator working some more. And oh my gosh, it looks like we have magma. Let's go check out the Magma Bore. All right, so first thing I noticed is these are still blue, so I don't know if it's filling up with magma. I don't know if they'll change red or anything. I don't know if that's like a thing. Oh gosh. I gotta be careful when I'm flying around. Alright, Cryo Inferno says, build a Cryo Inferno. Failed to find magma storage unit. Search 253 meters. Okay, that's good. That means that my magma storage unit is within range of the amount of pipes that I have. So now I guess it's just a matter of going over there and actually constructing it. So this is the end game, you know what I mean? This is what we're here for. Okay, so here we got to be very careful. 1, 2, 3. It's 3 by 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's the same height as the blast furnace. Just gotta be careful here. Okay, so now is this... Okay, so it's storing magma. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, now is this kicking off anything over here? Not quite yet. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this turret back up, right? Within range. Okay, so 3 by 3 by 3. I think I'm just going to build it literally right here. 1, 2, 3. And then it's going to be kind of a race to get out of here and pipe it up. You know what I mean? Okay, so... Yeah, you can see I need to get a pipe out. There we go. And I'm just going to literally come straight back. So the cryo has been kind of turbocharged, but it looks like our stuff is able to keep everything clear. So that's a very promising sign. So now we just got to run this pipe all the way back to our magma storage. And then I'm just literally going to cut a hole like right here. Right? Maybe right here. Throw on the connection. Or does it only go out straight? Okay, whatever. And bring the rest of the pipe down this way. And I'm sure there's better ways to do this. You know, it's just like kind of everything. But this is working for now, hopefully. I'm actually very excited to see how this does work. And connected. Okay. Alright. Looks like the magma's flowing. We got Cryo Inferno can't see spawner. Not sure how that is. Did I make it one too far back? Burning cryo spawner. Okay, guys. We are actually doing this. We are getting rid of a cryo spawner. And it looks like I probably could have actually put that back a block. So... Oh my gosh. This is crazy to me. Okay. Storing compressed magma. Okay. Everything looks like it's working fine, too. We're able to get rid of everything. And then the nice... Oh, man. What I'm so excited about is once this is out of the way, we'll kind of like won't get any attacks from this direction. So then we can start the tedious process of moving all of our infrastructure, right? So... Alright, so I'm just going to let this do its thing, I guess, and then I'll bring you guys back once the timer gets a little bit lower. Alright, so it looks like we are in the final few seconds of fighting this cryoplasm spawner. It's putting up a fight. You can see it's kind of building up some cryoplasm back behind here. But right here in the fight, it looks like we're able to hold it off. Our defenses are keeping the cryoplasm spawner exposed enough for the Inferno to do its thing, and it looks like, I'm assuming... 10 seconds or so left before we finally get rid of one cryoplasm spawner. This is the first time I have ever done this in this game. and I have hundreds of hours in this game, so I'm super excited. And there it is. We have killed a cryoplasm spawner for the first time ever. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe it. Did it drop anything? Does it give me any kind of goodies or no? Nothing? Well, okay then. Wow. So that's it. This quadrant looks like it's just done. It went from... So this cryoplasm looked like this before. Although I'm wondering if it's just a shader and not like an actual state change. But yeah, so I guess I'll just kind of clean this up. And I guess we're pretty much done with this quadrant, right? So the next thing is we got to go this way, right? And I set the height on this to keep doing more stuff. And it looks like it's almost done. But what I'm thinking is I'm going to take these batteries and actually let me kind of get rid of some of this stuff down here. Kind of build myself out a little floor, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to eventually have to cut a hole over this way, right? I need to figure out where the spawner itself is over in that direction. So if this spawner was roughly here, then the other spawner should be in this at the same height, but X number of blocks that way. Because remember, it's on a 320. Oh wait, actually, if it's a 320 degree diagonal, that's actually shorter than a 320 degree straight. But you know what? I'll still go over there and check. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but the next phase, right, is we're gonna have to. I'm gonna probably end up bringing this battery out here a little bit. So we have like a 3x3, 4x4. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll make it 5x5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll put the other battery kind of like right over here. You know, I'll bring it out. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So kind of like right here. In fact, I'm just going to build it, right? So kind of just like this. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pivot and start conduiting power that way. And get all the way to the other cryoplasm spawner so that we can start, you know, taking care of all this stuff. So I'm going to let this kind of clean up some of the stuff around here before I go ahead and kind of start dismantling infrastructure and stuff. But on that note, guys, I think I'm going to call it an episode here. Huge progress. Absolutely huge progress. I can't believe that we did this after so long. So many episodes. What is this, like 68 or something? 68 episodes, and we got to the cryoplasm spawner. So that really starts to set us up for the. We're in the end game. You know, we're actively beating the end game right now. So, you know, it's not going to be a quick run because this is going to be like a tedious thing that I'm going to have to do. So actually, let me know down below in the comments how you want me to do this. Do you want me to just kind of highlight how I kill them and kind of show you the infrastructure, or do you want episodes of me building up the new infrastructure towards each spawner? I'm kind of good either way, but I don't want to. I guess I don't really want to drag it out longer than I need to. So let me know down below what you guys think. I'll pin a comment or something so you guys don't forget. And yeah, again, thank you everyone so much for watching this, and we'll see you in the next one.